Hi everybody, Chronicles here. As you can see, my hairstyle is different. So, the first part of this is about my hair and what I did. I tried to color it, and I messed it up. I made it so dark, and I like light hair. So I had to go to my Old Faithful. I always have one on lockdown. So she always comes in handy. So what I'm gonna have to do is strip the hair and recolor it. I'm probably, it's already kind of mushy. I over-processed it already, but we'll see what happens. So I was talking with someone today, and they were talking about how we sabotage ourselves, and I agreed with her. In relationships, on jobs, just your day-to-day communication with people, your neighbors, your friends, your family. And what I realized is that it's behaviors that sabotage us. So what are those behaviors? You have self-doubt. You have procrastination. You have fear of failure. You have low self-worth, and all the stuff that comes along with that. Lack of discipline. So those get fed into our psyche, and we do things, and sometimes, most of the times, we don't even realize it. We think we're being strong. We think that we're standing on principle, and we think that we're doing the right thing for the right reason. And I always say that if you do the right thing for the right reason at the right time, you're good. But then sometimes it's a thin line, though. I think it's a thin line, because I know I self-sabotage myself, and I have. Mine is basically overconfident for me, because I am confident, I'm self-assured, I'm disciplined, I'm not a procrastinator, I have a high self-worth, or should I say I just have self-worth. But sometimes I overdo it because I'm extra, and things don't go the way that I would have liked them to go. Now, some things just has its own course, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Like, for example, the skirt thing. I don't think I was being hard, because I didn't do anything. I didn't steal the skirt, first of all, and I didn't lie and said that the daughter gave it to me, because the daughter did. I wouldn't make that up, and I didn't have no reason to make it up. And over a skirt, I don't think so. However, I know that, because the recourse that I'm going to take as a result of what happened it's way over the top. I know that it is, but it's a means to an end, and I want to end it. I want my merchandise back, and I'm going to give her the skirt, although she said she didn't want it. But I don't even want to wear it anymore. award that one time, and that's it. Relationships. I've said things that I can't take back. So that's why now I'm somewhat careful, and I also don't have to say everything that I'm thinking, because if I said everything that I'm thinking, I would just be a hot mess. Because I would cause a lot of harm, and I know that. So I've matured in the sense of not saying everything that I think. Jobs, I've done things that I can't take back. I resigned prematurely from a job when I could have, asked for help, and it would have remedied the situation, and I would have probably just be retiring from that job right now. But I sabotaged myself, and I don't have any regrets. I don't really live in regrets, because I believe that everything happens for a reason. There was something that I was supposed to learn, and did I learn it? Absolutely. I did it. I learned it, because that won't happen again. Neighbors. Well, neighbors are a little different, all depending on where you live. Like a neighbor underneath you, a neighbor above you, and you overreact or react to something that maybe you could have worked it out. It's never happened to me, so I can't really speak from experience on that. No, I can't. I've had some great neighbors, and I've had some neighbors that weren't so great. But for the most part, I lived in my apartment, and they lived in theirs. Very rarely would I go visit neighbors. I wouldn't. But the self-sabotaging definitely is real, and it's something that we should take a look at in reference to our failures. Like, did we do it? Did we take responsibility for the part that we played in the failure? I basically do that, as soon as I can see it, because I don't always see it right away. Sometimes it takes me a minute, but I don't mean like days or anything. It could take literally minutes, maybe an hour or so. But I definitely have enough self-awareness now and self-discipline. My confidence level, I don't have an issue with that. However, sometimes I have to fall back. Like, for example, dating. Now, for me, dating means I could date as many men as I want. It doesn't mean that I'm sleeping with them, because I'm just not going to sleep with anybody. And just because you took me out and spent some money on some damn food, I could take you out and spend some money on food. Does that mean that you're going to have sex with me? Because, but it's different for a guy. But, I'm not going to have sex with all the men that I date, or any of them for that matter. And I thought that we were at least on the same page. We weren't, there was no labels or anything like that. We were just checking each other out, and I guess he didn't particularly like what he was checking out, meaning me, and he just ghosted me. And the first day I'm like, okay. Second day, now it is going into too. I've lost count, to be honest with you. I don't even remember. I've kept it moving. And the other one date, and nothing. I said hi to him once. He said hi back. And I said, oh, so you're matching my energy? I mean, I was only joking. I didn't even realize that maybe it was true. And I haven't heard from him since. And it's all good. I don't believe that I'm not going to just hang out with somebody just because they want to hang out with me. Like, it has to be something. It can't just be dry. And, sometimes it's dry. Every man that I come in contact with is not a seal the deal kind of thing where, oh my God, he's so this and he's so that. You're going to have sex with them. No, it doesn't work that way. At least not for me. Or maybe my age. But even when I was younger, I didn't have sex with guys just because. I mean, if I was curious. But that wasn't. Because, there's a lot to go through before you get to sex. At least for me. I know within the first 30 days, if I'm dating someone or we're talking to each other, like, I know that, nah, this ain't it. And when I say it's not it, they don't even keep my interest. They're not interesting enough for me to continue. And maybe I'm not interesting enough for them, for what they're looking for to hang out with, a person to hang out with. So, it is what it is. There's so many working parts before you get to sex, for me. And I talked about sex yesterday in the sense of, what do you have sex for? There's so many reasons. Why? So what's your reason? Someone put something, pertinent, because I believe that as well. And that is, for a connection. You're going to have a connection, an intimate connection with someone. So, yesterday was about sex. Today is about self-sabotaging or sabotaging. And there's so many entities to that. But the bottom line that it's behaviors that sabotages you. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So, as I always say, do the right thing for the right reason. If you can do it at the right time, you on point, or you're on point. And you are good. Have a wonderful night, evening, day. Be good to yourself. See you later.